The Isle is an island full of life and death, a player-driven ecosystem so competitive that just finding your next meal is life or death. You are more than likely on someone's menu, so you need to have luck and a lot of survival instincts. Some dinosaurs will go on to dominate and thrive in their habitat, claiming their place on the top of the food chain. Other newborns may never see their first sunrise. So let me tell you a tale of a Maiasaura that once roamed the earth over 86 million years ago. Be warned though, not every tale is a success story. I'm simply telling you the tale of the brutal reality that is survival on the Isle. Every dinosaur's clock starts ticking from the moment they're born into the Isle. The question is, how long will yours tick for? I was a baby Maiasaura, keen to explore my new surroundings. Everything from the sounds of the jungle to the smells of the plants are new to me. Survival instincts are what I'm relying on to get me through my first day. I spotted what I believed was another Maiasaura, and I knew that if I could catch up, I may find safety in numbers. However, I stopped hearing the Maia and the cliffs were showing no way down. I thought I had lost it. I need to join a herd and some fellow herbivores. Eventually, I caught up to this impressive beast. I was cautious, but I was curious, and there was no immediate signs that this guy wanted to harm me. Before long, things were starting to feel a little bit safer. I had a Stegosaurus that was happy to take me under their wing. They would share their food with me and offer me protection when crossing the waterways. As day bleeded into night, it definitely felt safer being next to this big Stegosaurus. It was time to leave the area and see where the journey takes us next. A part of me wanted to go and find my own kind, but at the same time, I couldn't help but feel like I wanted to stick with my new friend. Oh no. My worst nightmare had been confirmed. The Stegosaurus was dead, and I now found myself on my own. As the sun rose on a new day, it was a bittersweet feeling. I'd survived another day, but at what cost? I was now going to have to find my own way. That's when I saw what looked like a Maia, looking down on me from the cliffs above. If I could just figure out how to get to it, maybe I wouldn't need to be alone any longer. Unfortunately, I just couldn't see an immediate way to get to the top of the cliffs. I couldn't hear the Maia any longer, and so I resigned to the fact that I was on my own again. Although I did kind of have this Pachy that was following me around, so maybe not completely on my own. Now, we all know how mischievous these hard-headed dinos can be, and that's when our friend here noticed a Bapiosaurus. Yep, they headbutt. And with a dead Bapiosaurus and a rogue Pachy on the loose, I decided I'd seen enough for today, and I continued my journey. Only this time, I knew where I wanted to go. The swamps. Now, I took a detour on my route and decided to cross a bridge, long left behind by man. However, this decision would turn out to potentially cost me my life. A young Carnotaurus had noticed that I was trapped and decided to chase me down the bridge. I knew that if I didn't get off soon and either hide or lose him, I was almost certainly dead. See, I was getting complacent. I was growing, finding friendly dinosaurs, and generally living a relatively comfortable life. But, you see, that's where the Isle gets you, and you're always reminded of the dangers around every corner. I had gotten lucky this time. He was only small, and if he was any larger, he would have almost definitely had a dinner on the bridge. One mistake nearly cost me everything I had done so far. But being in the clear, it was time to carry on my journey to the swamps. It was time to evolve and to put on a new mutation. Now at the time, I didn't realise how relevant this bucking mutation was going to be. The swamps can be a tricky place to live for many dinosaurs, with crocs lurking in the waters, and tricky to navigate terrain. It can prove to be very dangerous, but it can also be abundant with food. Not to mention, it's a beautiful area that offers incredible scenery everywhere you look. See, we were new to this world and we hadn't really been tested yet, so I was trying out some new moves, seeing what I was capable of, just in case I'd ever need it. And it wasn't long before we spotted our first crocodile, crossing across the land. He was only small, and I don't want him getting any bigger. He slipped into the water and he was safe for now. Let's just hope we never have to meet him again. A bit further up, I heard something else moving in the bushes, and I caught a glimpse of, well, a tiny crocodile. See, at the time I didn't actually see exactly where it was. Watching back I can see it, but at the time I didn't know where it was, so I was just swiping away in the bushes. As the day went on, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. This young stego couldn't decide if he wanted to get back over to this side of the river. At the time, I thought maybe he thought I was a threat, but it soon became apparent he wasn't worried about me. omniraptors. There was 2 of them, and they'd definitely seen me. And they seemed hungry. So this was it. Everything we'd worked towards, everything we'd done, had pretty much come down to this moment. They weren't going to give up until either I died, or they died. They were hungry, and I wanted to survive. This was going to be a fight to the death. Things were looking bleak. I was out of stamina. I was calling for help, but no one was around. And the fight was going into the night. It started to cool off, but they never stopped following me. I was down to desperate measures. My new strategy was to stay in as deep water as possible, keep coming up for air, and just hope that it was too deep for them to follow me. I was essentially stuck between getting eaten by a crocodile, drowning, or getting eaten by omniraptors. There was no fight left in me. I was bleeding out, and I found my final resting place. My clock had stopped ticking.